set.
Russell gets out very quickly, leaves Nugent completely, and Amusan with a yard. So she's hit the hurdle and she's gone. So now it's Nugent, Visser right in the middle, and Amusan's got to go some to get in the top two. It's going to be Nugent, but here comes Amusan, gets it on the dip. 12.56. Visser will not be quick enough in third place, I fear, for her. But Amusan, not the athlete. Russell gets out very quickly, leaves Nugent completely, and Amusan with a yard. So she's hit the hurdle and she's gone. So now it's Nugent, Visser right in the middle, and Amusan's got to go some to get in the top two. It's going to be Nugent, but here comes Amusan, gets it on the dip. 12.56. Visser will not be quick enough in third place, I fear, for her. But Amusan, not the athlete.
Hello and welcome to 360 Sports. I will be welcoming you on that note with Tobi Amusan's semi-final race there, where she actually qualified to the final that we will be witnessing tonight right there in Budapest, Hungary, where the track is actually hungry for Tobi's success. In a time of 12.56 seconds, she finished that race. Everybody thought she came third or second in that particular race because she actually started slowly, but she had to pick up herself towards the ending of the race, and she powered through and came first in that race and qualified to the final, where we have the likes of Camacho, Quintia, Ali, Temple Jones, all of them in the final, Megan Tapp, I beg your pardon, in the final, where they will actually be struggling that. And we know that Tobi Amusan is the defending champion of the 100 meters hurdles for women. The last time out in Oregon 2022 in the United States of America, she won it, and that is where she actually set two records in a day. And if you look at that record in Oregon side by side, the time between the first record and the second record was not that too far. And right now in Budapest, after the whole issues with the athletics integrity unit, where she was not cleared to actually feature in the World Athletics Championship 2023 in Budapest, Hungary, and now she has powered her way through into the final. We'll be talking to a former athlete, a former national athlete, 400 meters bronze medalist in the National Sports Festival, in person of Thomas Bello, athletics enthusiast also in the city of Abuja, where he will be telling us more about Tobi Amusan's brilliant performance at the Budapest 2023 World Athletics Championship in Hungary. And Tobi Amusan has actually put all distractions behind her, and now she's into the final, and where all eyes will be on her. Everyone in Nigeria, even right there in Hungary, Budapest, are actually rooting for Tobi Amusan to win the 100 meters hurdles for women. And if we have our caller ready for us, okay. Thomas Bello, welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. Quickly, let's head straight to Budapest, where Tobi Amusan has powered her way through into the final of the World Athletics Championship, that is 100 meters hurdles for women 2023. What's your take about Tobi's Amusan performance so far, from the heat race to the semi-final and now straight to the final?
All right, good morning, and thanks for having me on the program. Tobi Amusan has been battling a lot lately because of the provisional suspension handed her by the Athletics Integrity Unit, but she is trying to put that behind her, following her wonderful form in the heat. She returned a time of 12.48 seconds to make it to the semi-final, although she had a little slow start in the semi-final yesterday, where she also won that semi-final with a time of 12.56 seconds. But when you look at her progression from the heat to the semi-final, I wouldn't say she is in the best form of her life because of the distractions she has had following that provisional suspension before it was lifted by the Athletics Integrity Unit. But I believe that Tobi Amusan is equal to the task, although we have the former world record holder, USA's Kendra Harrison, who returned the fastest time this year And I think it is it is the third fastest time in history. She returned a time of 12.24 seconds in her heat en route to the semi-final. So she's going to be having it really tough in the hands of the former world champion, because Kendra Harrison holds the second fastest time in history, at the same time the third fastest time in history. Let's not forget the fact that we have the likes of Olympic champion Jasmine Camacho Queen, who is also going to be filing out in the final. We have the likes of Nia Ali, who is the former world champion, who is also going to be running side by side Tobi Amusan. These are people that are going to be posing a huge threat for Tobi Amusan. Let's not also forget the 2015 World Athletics champion in person of Danielle Williams of Jamaica. She's also going to be filing out. So it is not going to be rosy for her. We cannot forget the fact that mentally, Amusan has been affected by that provisional suspension that was lifted just 2 days before the commencement of the World Athletics Championship in Budapest. But be that as it may, we know the never say die spirit of Nigerians. Amusan can still muster her way and try to defend her title. But whatever is the outcome of the final, I can understand with Tobi Amusan, because she has been through a lot. Remember that at the beginning of the season this year, she has begun to build up on her performance, and then she has also worked on her stats. But then the issues surrounding her has actually dampened her spirit, and of course, Nigerians will be all eyes of Nigerians will be on her tonight, even as she goes for the final. But then let's not forget that the pressure, we should not pressurize Tobi Amusan too much. We should not expect too much from her, because defending a world title is not easy. We have seen the likes of Noah Lyles of the United States of America coming to win the final. Nobody knew that the defending champion, Fred Curley, could not even make it through to the final this time around. So a lot of things have been happening in Budapest, but I want to believe that the never say die spirit of Nigeria, Tobi Amusan, is going to bring it to the track tonight.
Yes, Tobi Amusan is going to bring it to the track tonight. You made mention of the distractions now. Having explained all of these now, if you are Tobi Amusan's coach, what would be your message for her at this point in time? Because if you look at, I think the final tonight is going to be one of the most hottest finals ever in the 100 meters hurdle, bearing with all of the stars, because I call them stars. Camacho Queen, Kendra Harrison, a lot of them, the former world champion is there. So, and Camacho Queen so far this year has not lost any of her race. Tobi Amusan started slowly build up before that suspension came. Now, what could have, if you are Tobi Amusan's coach, how are you going to perfect everything you need to do on that track tonight? Because this is just, you just have to go for it.
First off, if I were to be her coach, I would tell Tobi Amusan to focus. That is number one. Number two, I would also tell Tobi Amusan to be perfect from her block, because the idea of not getting your block and then go into the race proper in the second phase, we have Jasmine Camacho Queen is a very powerful woman. She win her race from the block. So if Amusan did not get her block tonight, then the story is going to change. But if she is able to get her block, the drive phase into the first hurdle, going through to the rest of the hurdles and power through to the finish line, I believe that Jasmine Camacho Queen is not going to have it easy with her. And let's not also forget that the line assignment also matters a lot. Whichever lane she is run in, she should just go ahead, focus. But we can also see what happened in the women's 100 meters final, where we have a new champion in Sha'Carri Richardson of the USA. So she was placed in lane 9 because she had to sit back and wait until she is sure she has qualified through to the final. But tonight, if Amusan could focus on her block, could leave all the distractions of the current world leader, talking about Kendra Harrison, forget about Nia Ali, forget about Jasmine Camacho Queen, forget about Danielle Williams, and just focus on how to clear her hurdle to the finish line, I bet you she is going to defend her title successfully.
All right, that is it. Thanks, Thomas Bello, for telling us a lot about Tobi Amusan. It's nice speaking with you, Thomas Bello.
It's my pleasure.
All right, Tobi Amusan just need to put all the distractions behind her and attack this race as if it is the last race of your life. But we believe in Tobi Amusan. We believe she can do it. I have a guest in the studio, Noel Sampson. You heard it from Thomas Bello, or what Tobi Amusan just needs to do. Tonight is just the night.
The Nigerian speed in her is going to make her win, and that's just the truth. Mr. Thomas has said everything. All he has given on detailed analysis on everything. I think we all praying for her because we believe in her. She has been making us proud despite distractions. Because if some athletes might not have such level of distraction, they're already losing it. But with that level of distraction, that she has to be cleared 2 days before the competition starts officially. Then, and she has still got to the semi-final. Winning the semi-final race with 12.56 seconds. Now going to the final against world champions, she's going to win.
Okay,
no doubt.
She's going to win. Noel Sampson also shared that thought from Thomas Bello that Tobi Amusan is going to win. All she needs to do is to get her start right. Just pick up the pieces and power your way through, and then you defend your title very well. We believe in Tobi Amusan. I believe in Tobi Amusan. We believe she can do it. That Nigeria spirit of never say never. She can do it and get that gold. Okay, let's leave Budapest right at this point in time and come back to Africa. Let's remain in the continent of Africa and let's talk some tennis, where Nigeria has qualified for the junior championship, tennis championship, after our boys and girls category, that is the under 15, under 12 boys and girls category, actually did very well in Ghana, winning the West African Junior Championship to qualify for the African Championship proper. In the girls category, we have Gloria Samuel, Lorele Hondersov, and Goodness Aina, who defeated Ghana, that is the host, in the grand finale to emerge champions. And then in the boys category, we have Chukwu Dubem, Amasiani, Sheyi Ogunsaki, and Joel Mitchell also emerged champions, seeing of Burkina Faso, Togo, Benin Republic, and Ghana also in that particular order to emerge champions of this particular tournament. And now they have qualified for the African Junior Championship that will be coming up later in the year. That is a few months from now. That championship should be coming up. Our junior tennis players are actually doing very well for themselves, especially Ogunsaki, a very young Ekiti, enterprising player who has qualified to play in the Junior Wimbledon Championship, Championship in United States of America, in United Kingdom, I beg your pardon. But this time around, they've qualified for the African Junior Championship that will be coming up later in the year. What's your take about tennis? It's not that popular here, and we don't have the big names like the Kevin Anderson of South Africa, Novak Djokovic, you talk of Andy Murray, you talk of Zverev, you talk of the man of the moment, Carlos Alcaraz, but at least the junior ones are trying to power their way through and see how they can propel themselves into the world stage.
Yeah, the game is not quite popular because I don't think there's a sport I've not played before. Apart from probably the major sports, football, volleyball, basketball, either table tennis. But I think tennis is something I've never played before because of the lack of its popularity so far. So having this under 15 going to represent Africa, going to the next stage in the competition now, it's really something I really find very fascinating and I'm really happy about, because you can see this from where the likes of Serena Williams, Rafa Nadal, it started from this platform. It was not magic.
They didn't just get to where they
started from
the grassroots, the basics,
and getting to the top of their career. So I think having these young lads going through that stage is something I'm really happy for, and the support, they need support from either private individuals and government individuals too. Not just saying, okay, these guys are trying, but what support are you giving them? What moral support? What financial support? What will I call? I don't know the right word to use. What momentum are you giving them to ginger them up to go to the next level? Because cannot just continue healing them that okay, that's going to the next level. Are you making them popular? It's another thing. Are you popularizing the sport? Are you making these guys, because some of them they're still teenagers. If they see themselves on people on billboards, I'm on billboard. If I do better, I'll be on somewhere quite great. So these are the kind of things they should encourage this, they should do to encourage this lads and popularizing the sports. I don't know why, because I don't think that it's unlike table tennis where you can just have two chairs to get two
players.
No, table tennis.
Also in tennis, this is lawn tennis per se, but now it's not. There's no. We just call all of them tennis. Now, you have one player also, and sometimes the way you play table tennis, you can also.
No, what I'm trying to say is easier to get table tennis. I know when I was quite young.
Okay, you're talking
just
about
you just have two bench.
Talking about the facility
and a stick. And a stick and two stones. Yes, and you have I know I use ties to play table tennis. Ties to play table tennis. You get the egg. There was like probably 30 naira. It was like, especially then when we were quite little. So you can see at least from there but I don't think you can have table tennis like that. You can have table tennis like that. You have to have a well standard court.
Yes, you have to have a well standard court. But if you look at it, they can also get some of these facilities ready for us. And for the NTF, that is the Nigerian Tennis Federation, they should do more by encouraging these young lads and getting them the better facility, giving them the better exposure. But for the likes of goodness, Chukwudume Masiani, Sheyo Gusakin, Joe Michael, and Gloria Samuel, congratulations to them for getting that qualification ticket to play in the African Junior Championship coming up later in the year. Okay, let's leave tennis right now and talk some basketball. Let's go straight to Akure, where the Women's League 2023 is actually going on at this point in time, and we have some of the results that came in from that zone. We have Sunshine Angels, who are the host state, losing to Bayelsa Wales 66-44, and then First Bank ran riot over IGP Queens 80-30, and then MFM, these two teams are from Lagos, 41-35 points, 35 points for Dolphins, 41 for MFM. Is actually a good one for our women's league that is ongoing, and we'll have some fixtures that will be coming up later in the day also. But for First Bank, I think they have actually made a statement. They are the one to beat when it comes to the Women's League. Defending champions, the lifetime out, they won it in style. When you talk of basketball, you talk of the likes of Customs, First Bank team, and you talk of the IGP Queens. These are teams when it comes to basketball for women in Nigeria. Both for the guys also, they always power their way through. But good one for the women that their league is back up and running after the league was not up, and it was actually a worry for everyone and worry for the ladies. You saw what the D Tigers did in Rwanda, winning the FIBA African Championship in style. They didn't drop any point, they didn't lost any game from the beginning, from the group stage to the final. And now, good news that the Women's League is up and running. Okay, let's leave basketball and go to Cameroon, where our Nigerian senior women team, they call it the classification game. They were able to get the better side of Algeria in that particular encounter, 3-0 against the Algerian team, after they lost the semi-final ticket to Kenya in the quarterfinal. Now they've been able to get, let me say, revenge against the Algerians who beat them before now. They also defeated them 3-0 in their classification game. Now they will be playing later today also in the 5th classification match. And when we say classification match, where are they going to stand at the end of the tournament? You know, in basketball, in volleyball, there is what we call classification match. If it's in football, if you lost in the quarterfinal, nothing for you. But in these other sports, you have what we call classification match. That is where are you going to stand on the table. But now they've been able to, sorry, I beg your pardon, they've been able to defeat Morocco. They will be playing Algeria in the 5th classification match later on.
Yeah, the girls have actually learned from their mistake. They lost against Kenya, then before playing, and now they won Morocco. So I think what I'm proud of these girls is that they do not dwell on the defeat. they've made their mistake. They've seen the mistake they made from the matches they lost and tried to improve on it against Morocco, and which I believe later, when they play against Algeria, they're going to defeat Algeria, because it's not easy, because they are quite disappointed that they are not at the level they think they are going to be now in the competition. But at least having these classification matches is going to be a kind of booster, moral booster to them, at least to make sure, at least, even though they are not living with anything tangible, at least they are going home. They are not leaving the competition without any mark.
They are not leaving the competition without any mark. Now, Coach Samuel Ajayi has been talking tough, has been praising his players. I know that is what a coach is supposed to do. But the job has, in fact, we didn't get near what our expectation was. Now, what do you, going forward from here, what do you think Coach Samuel Ajayi should do with the team?
Yeah, praising them actually is good, because it's kind of moral booster to the players. It shouldn't just, probably he might be praising them publicly, but why privately he might be dealing with them that you are the one making us lose this match. So I think they should just try and work on some of their, probably, if they know some of their tactics they've been using, if they know probably, if they don't know how to defend the spikes from the other team very well, you try and work on them and other things, and try and give them, ask the players, what is the problem? Why are you not performing to expectation? Because I believe with the way he has been talking, it seems they have been training tirelessly, but it seems the result is not what's coming. So you just have to just talk to the players. Okay, what's happening? What is the problem? Is it that this position you are playing, you are not comfortable with it, or do you think, or maybe he sees a player who is at the front and he thinks the player can play better at the back? Why not just change and put that player at the front? And because it happens in other sports sometimes, where probably let's say football, a player is playing as a right, someone like
back.
Someone like Garen started as a defender,
as a left back.
Yeah, before they shifted him to be as a winger.
He was being converted to play from the wings.
So if we can try some of this, this tactics, it might work. But I think the coach is trying everything he's going to, because I'm not the coach within himself is not happy that the team is losing, and also the girls also too. Probably something is stopping them. You just try and they should encourage them and work harder. Okay, encourage them to work harder. They will be taking on Algeria later in the 5th classification match after beating Morocco 3-0 in their first classification game. And it's a good news that this team will be together, is work in progress. They have actually learnt their lessons from the African Championship. From now on, we are going to see a better team, and I believe in Coach Samuel Ajayi that he can turn the fortunes of the fortunes of this team. He can actually turn it around to give us some good news coming in from that area. Okay, let's go straight to Europe and talk some transfer. Manchester City seems not to be resting in the transfer market. This time around, they want Matheus Nunes of Wolves, after they backed out of Lucas Paqueta's deal due to the investigation going on with that young man, Lucas Paqueta of West Ham. But now they have not turned their sights on Matheus Nunes of Wolves. Manchester City seems to be very, very busy in the transfers, in the transfer market. Yeah, they need a replacement for Calvin De Bruyne. So Nunes is a fantastic player. He played 29 matches last season for Wolves. Came as a sub, probably three or four times, to show how fantastic he is, and he scored us a goal. So to me, I don't think, okay, he's a player, but I don't think he's at that caliber to play for Manchester City. Okay, you don't think Nunes will be a kind of player that Manchester City need? But actually, it depends also to the environment. Determines how you play. But to me, at Wolves, he has been playing, but it's not at that level. I think Manchester City should go for. But if they want him, it's fine. Okay, if they actually want him, quickly before we go on the show, let's take this last transfer news, where Juventus have tabled £35 million for Romelu Lukaku. And to tell you the truth, Romelu Lukaku right now is training with Chelsea under 21. That is his parent club. At the end of the day, let's see if he is going to head back straight to Italy to play for the old ladies, as they are called. That is where we'll leave it on 360 Sports on Trust TV. Thanks, Noel Sampson, for joining me on the show. The pleasure is mine. All right, that is it on 360 Sports. Thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.